Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. But please don't go anywhere because we are going to be right back. Welcome back to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. I'm your host, Jamaican Joan, and I'm super excited about this broadcast here tonight. So, how great is it that as we celebrate Thanksgiving in the United States, we're broadcasting live from, we're having a live cooking demo for our show tonight out of Kingston, Jamaica. Isn't that awesome? All right. So first, let me use this time to thank all those who are watching live and those who will be watching the replay. And if you're tuning in for the first time, the Joan Henry Show is designed to bring you a weekly series of exciting programs that will inform, educate, and inspire you to start or take your business to another level. The show covers topics such as mindset, goal setting, creative thinking, financial literacy, and a host of other business and motivational topics. So tonight I have here with me Chef Champion out of Kingston, Jamaica. You all know I love my Jamaican folks, right? So let me read a little bit about his bio. Roderick Dinnell, known to most as Chef Champion, is the executive chef at Royal Caribbean. He is certified by the American Culinary Federation. His love for culinary arts started at a very young age. He loves to explore various recipes and is always willing to try new ways of preparing a dish. He enjoys teaching others how to prepare simple and delicious meals. He can prepare any meal by following a recipe. He specializes in Jamaican cuisines and enjoys adding his twist from the traditional way of how the foods were prepared. He believes that business owners must be creative to stand out among the competition to ensure sustainability. When Chef Champion is not busy training other chefs, you can find him on his YouTube cooking channel making an impact through cooking. He wants to share his gifts with the world, but more so, he wants to build a legacy that will serve many generations. Hello, Chef Champion, and welcome to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, John. I'm doing good. Hello, hello.
We're going to turn it up tonight. And yes, viewers, you are getting double the accent tonight. So, hey, deal with it. I know you guys going to love it anyway. But anyway, so, Chef, let me kick things off by asking you to share with the viewers and actually with all of us, because I never asked you this question. How did you come up with the name Chef Champion?
Wow. That's a big bowl you throw at me the first question. Actually, there's a bit of history behind it. Name Chef Champion. Actually, it came about and they start naming me Chef Champion. And the truth about it is my staff, my cooks on the ship, because I move around from ship to ship a lot, and whichever ship I go on, it doesn't matter what challenges they're facing. I help my team, I motivate them to get them over that hurdle, and we turn out a winner. And at the same time, there was this song making a buzz around the world, champion. So we had a party one night when I was about to go vacation the following day, and they kept a surprise party for me. And while the party was going on, the staff, they stopped the music to make cheers to the chef going off. And they were in and they're out. They were saying, "You're truly a champion, Roderick. You're truly a champion." That song that's playing on the radio, that's an entertainer, but you're a chef and you're a chef champion. And surprising to me, I went vacation and I went back to a different ship. And once I stepped on board, cooks was passing me, staff, my line staff, cooks were passing by. "Good morning, chef champion. Good morning, chef champion." I'm like, wow. It goes from ship to ship. Doesn't matter which ship I go on, the story moved from that ship to the next ship, saying that chef champion is coming on board today. So it came about from my staff acknowledging me, telling me, "Chef, I'm happy to work with you. You help us to go over the hurdle." And yeah, that's how it came about.
Okay, well, that's a great way for you to earn that name, Chef Champion. And you know, it wasn't a self name. You didn't name yourself. Somebody else named you.
No.
So that make it even more exciting. So viewers, if you could just type in where you're watching from tonight, that would be amazing.
Yes,
but yes,
I did not sit down and look for a name or look up the name. The name came about from my staff. They appreciate what I did for them.
Okay, super awesome. So now that we know how you get the name Chef Champion, I guess the next best question would be, what will you be preparing for us tonight?
Wow. Okay, tonight is very, very, very simple-ish, John, and to all the viewers. We're preparing a simple Jamaican Thanksgiving dish, because you know, traditionally in Jamaica, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, right? So I think when I think about it and all the traveling I've done in the past and stuff, while I'm here home now, I say, you know what, I'm going to prepare a Jamaican Thanksgiving dish, because also you have Jamaican also abroad, in the States, in England, everywhere in the world. So they can see that they can use something from home to create their own dish at home where they are now living presently. So tonight we're going to prepare pumpkin glazed airline chicken breast. It's going to be a sweet potato mash. It's mash going to be on the rugged side. It's not going to be too smooth. We're going to use a fork and mash it. It's going to consist of, the mash is going to consist of infused with onions, scallion, and garlic. We're going to have some wilted spinach. You see, I'm used to traveling, so now I'm saying spinach, right? We're going to have some wilted callaloo. All right? You remember callaloo, John?
Oh, of course. I made callaloo yesterday.
Okay. And if I'm speaking too fast for you, let me know, right? Because that's the next thing I tend to say, Chef, you speak too fast.
Hey, that's in our blood. They tell me that all the time too. Don't worry about it.
So, we're gonna have some wilted callaloo to the bottom of the dish as well, and of course we're gonna top the dish off with a tomato pumpkin sauce. Very simple dish, very quick to make at home, and a very simple recipe.
Okay. Awesome. So I'm gonna turn it over to you so that you could start the cooking, and you let me know when you're ready for the next question, because I have some more questions for you.
So I went ahead and I did some prep already to make things a little bit faster. So as you can see here, I'm going to turn the camera down to the prep so you can see. We have our diced pumpkin. We have scallions, which in the US you call it green onions, right? We have onions, regular yellow onions, some chopped tomatoes, our all favorite in Jamaica, callaloo. We have some bell peppers. In Jamaica, we call it sweet peppers. Chopped garlic, garlic salt. Now, a lot of chefs use salt and pepper. I love to use garlic salt. And we go on, I will tell you more about it as we go along. It's very, very flavored stuff. We have some smoked paprika, regular vegetable seasoning, our chopped thyme. And some Jamaicans may be saying, "Wow, where's the Scotch bonnet pepper?" Tonight we're not going to put too much pepper in the food. We're going to make it nice and mild, and so that people everywhere can enjoy it, and they can add pepper if they want to. Okay. Now here's my airline chicken breast. It's I already marinated it with our scallions, onions, and thyme, and a little bit of olive oil. So we'll be grilling that off, finishing the in the oven. And of course, my sweet potato is in the oven already because it takes time to bake the sweet potato. So we're gonna we're baking the sweet potato, and then we're gonna peel it off and get the potato to crush. Okay. So first off, we're gonna venture in. I'm gonna start by grilling off my chicken breast, so we can finish that in the oven. Meanwhile, we're making our sauce. And of course, John, you can while I'm grilling my chicken breast to grill. Let me get my fire up, all up. I think I have time now. You can ask me one more question one more question before we start grilling. It's getting hot.
Okay. So then the next question, what or who inspire you to become a chef, and how long have you been cooking?
Wow. First of all, I've been cooking for over 20 years. Inspiration of being a chef, it goes very, very far back. And I would say far back as in when I'm a youth, very small. First of all, my dad, growing up, he had a restaurant in Kingston, all right, 39 Arthur Tree Road, Gemini Club and Restaurant. So it's always fascinating to me to go inside there and see the chefs working. And when I go at home, when I'm in the countryside where my grandmother lives, I have an aunt who loves to bake. She just loves to bake. So each time when she's baking, she's always giving me the butter and sugar to rub out. Because back in the days, you don't have so much mix and vanilla mix and this one mix for cake. You're making everything from scratch. So I used to be the machine. I'm the one rubbing the sugar and butter out every single time, building those muscles. I used to love when she finished taking that cake mixture, the pan. I'm actually tasting it, tasting it go along. So I'm inspired to be a chef since very, very tender age. Just seeing the chefs working in my dad's restaurant and also at home, helping my aunt to bake cakes. And I move on from there, growing up, also helping my aunt when I'm in the teens, making Christmas cake, and she take side jobs of birthday cakes and stuff, and helping out also in my dad's restaurant. And also, I used to love cooking at home. So there and then, I see that this is what I really, really love from the heart.
Okay.
This job is something that you have to love it. You really have to love it because at times coming up in the ranks it's very challenging, and you will feel down at times. So yes, there and then, and after 18s leave high school and stuff, my dad say, what do you want to do? And I tell my dad, I would love to go and work in chips. I would love to see the world also. So this will give me opportunity to see the world, and opportunity also for me to share my skills with others. So I applied to Royal Caribbean and joined Royal Caribbean as a pastry chef trainee.
Okay. So I have a question regarding Royal Caribbean. So do you want me to ask you now, or do you want to check the food first?
You can go ahead. Actually, something amazing also with when I actually joined Royal Caribbean, when I actually reached Miami to join the ship, there wasn't any space there for chefs. They were all full. When I went down to the dock, and then I saw one gentleman, and he said, "You know what? If you want to be a utility, then I can take you on. I can talk to the bosses and take you on. So I went ahead without any fear. I say, you know what? Rather than sitting in the hotel sleeping and eating 2 times, 3 times a day, let me go and do some work. So I went ahead and I do one full contract as a gallery utility, washing pots and pans.
Okay, well, see, and that's amazing because as such an amazing chef that you are, teaching other chefs how to do what they do. I mean, you didn't start out as a chef with Royal Caribbean, like you just stated. You started out washing pots and pan,
Yes,
and then you end up becoming the head chef. Isn't that amazing?
it is. And I often, even at work, I oftentimes share my journey, my history with my team also. You know, and it helps them to see that what I can reach somewhere else. I can reach the top. I did not start at the top. I come straight up in the ranks. So I have a lot of knowledge on the way coming up.
Okay, so hold on, Chef. So, viewers, if you're just tuning in, you're watching Chef Champion out of Kingston, Jamaica, and he's in the process of preparing a dish. So, we're just having a conversation while things get done in the oven or wherever he's doing it. So, if you want to see the live cooking demo, that's actually taking place. We're just having a conversation in the meantime. So, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Yes, and thank you guys for checking out Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. So, Chef, again, you are the executive chef at Royal Caribbean. And of course, due to the pandemic, that job is currently on hold. But at some point, life will get back to some sort of normal. So, as an executive chef at Royal Caribbean, what are your role and responsibilities?
Well, my role and responsibility as an executive chef at Royal Caribbean is very, very wide. First and foremost, I have to ensure that my team and myself, I don't leave out myself, my team and myself at all times deliver the highest quality of food possible. Highest quality of food possible. Also, my job is also food costs because I'm responsible for the whole culinary operation while I'm at work. So costing comes under my belt. And of course, we can never forget that sanitation also comes under my belt. So each and every single day, I have to coach and guide my team and physically check myself also to ensure that we are holding the highest standard of sanitation possible and keeping in line and the guidelines of USPH. And also it doesn't stop there because you have to ensure that you're able at every single time, every single day, you're able to motivate your team. Because some of your team, some of your staff, I should say, some of my staff, my cooks, first timers on ship, being away from their family at a young age, they miss home. And especially when it comes on, even when it comes on to the holiday times. So you have to be mindful. I have to be mindful, keep my eye open, and I have to guide and motivate my team. Make sure the moral in the galley also is at the highest standard. Because every single given time, minimum I have in my galley, that's my kitchen on the ship, minimum I have in my galley when it comes to nationality is 13 different nationalities every given time. So day in, day out, I have to ensure that my moral in the galley is excellent at the highest standard possible. And everybody is happy. Again, of course, some days, some guys will have days where you're feeling down, and that's where myself comes in. What I do is I ensure I have a meeting every single night with my managers. On some ships, I have 4 or 3 executive sous chefs and 5 sous chefs. So every single night, I sit down with them and ask them, how is your day? How is your people? Because the galley team is breakdown in the brigade. So you have from the trainees to the cook assistants to the red scarf, the yellow the line supervisors. They're in charge of 2 or 3 up to 15 people on their station. And each sous chef is assigned to each deck, each restaurant. So they're there and there. I sit down and I have a meeting with them after service every night to ensure that one, I'm following up to ensure the staff is okay. And when the staff is okay and the staff is doing excellent, then they will deliver a perfection to the guests. If the staff is not happy and the staff is not okay, then they can't deliver perfection. And each single day, we're looking to ensure that we create a positive impact on the guests aboard the ships every day. So when they go home, they can call you up and say, Joan, my experience on Royal Caribbean was phenomenal, was excellent. You should try it. We have to ensure that we leave that impact every single time.
Okay, so while you check on your cooking, let me shout out some folks. Miss Leah Rigg, shout out. The Queena Buchanan, Tanya Smith, Robert Coward, Sophia Wilson, Squeaky Hair, Pauline Thomas. Thank you guys for checking out Chef Champion tonight on the Joan Henry Show. And again, if you're just tuning in, he's preparing a dish. So that's why he's moving back and forth. And he's going to come back and explain to us what he's doing and what's going on.
Okay, so while I have my chicken breast on the grill, I'm going to grill it. Then I'm going to finish it in the oven for 15 minutes. 12 to 15 minutes. I'm just going to saute off my pumpkin with my garlic and onions and stuff. So I'm going to start with my garlic.
Shout out to someone, Arlsman, watching from the Philippines. And he says, hi, Chef Rod. So thank you, Philippines, for tuning in to the Joan Henry Show. Of course, I know we have a couple of Jamaicans on here, like the Queen of Buchanan, you coming out of Jamaica. All right. So thanks for all the international shout out and even the ones locally. Thank you, Pauline Thomas out of Germantown. That's Auntie Pauline. And while Chef continue to do his thing, I want to use this time for all the Jamaicans abroad. I hope, at least in America, I hope that your Thanksgiving was great. I hope that you stayed at home. Okay, I did. And so while he's doing his thing, if you have any question for Chef in the meantime, please drop your question in the feed and I'll read that question to him as well. I have questions for him, but if you have questions, you can go ahead and drop it in the feed as well. Send Chef some question. We're going to make him work double tonight. He's going to cook and he's going to answer question because that's how we do it on the Joan Henry Show with Jamaican Joan. And y'all see me repping my Jamaican necklace tonight. Check this out. See?
And while you're doing your shout out, Joan, and you say Philippines, before I even forget, I want to make my shout outs to all the chefs around the world that I've worked with. I must say, I appreciate you all of my line cooks, my trainees, because when we're out there on the seas, you're the guys on the floor doing the work. I'm guiding you. I'm ensuring that you follow all recipes and protocols when it comes to recipes, menus, or even sanitation. But I must say, I appreciate them a lot. And thumbs up for you guys. Shout out to everybody. I don't want to call names. I don't want to forget anybody. But shout out to everybody from India, the Philippines, Indonesia, Africa, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent, Guyana, Jamaica, England, right around the world, right
Canada,
Europe, everywhere. All you guys.
Yes, and
from Champion.
Yes, definitely Canada in the house. And Yes, on my show we usually have the Virgin Island. I
Yeah.
think Cayman Islands, the Bahamas. So thank you guys for checking out Influential Thursday every week. So Chef Champion, so for those who may just join the stream, can you tell us again what you're preparing tonight?
Okay, tonight we're doing a airline chicken breast glazed with a pumpkin glaze, uh, sweet potato mash on the rugged side, not too smooth. The mash will be infused with onions, scallions, and of course we're gonna top it off the dish off with some wilted callaloo, along served with tomato and pumpkin sauce. Very simple dish.
Okay, awesome. And y'all know I love food, right?
Over here, turn the camera a little down for me. See over here, I'm sweating off all my pumpkins and tomatoes. Once they get tender, I'm going to throw it in my blender. Now you can use a blender, you can use a regular food processor if you like. I'm using a blender this time. My sweet potatoes are already in the oven. 3 minutes to go on the sweet potatoes, and then I'm going to put my chicken breast in.
Okay.
Very simple but very tasty dish. It's a twist of in Jamaica and America. So it's a Jamaica Thanksgiving dish, right?
Okay.
So I'm not using turkey. I'm not using turkey for this dish. Most Jamaicans don't eat turkey. They eat more of chicken, all right? Oxtail, goat, and all this stuff, curry goat, and this stuff. So I'm using airline chicken breast.
Okay. And someone commented, Miss Pauline Thomas, she said that her last cruise was with Royal Caribbean and the food was really great.
Thank you.
Yes. And Miss Sheena said that the food sounds delicious and healthy.
It is.
Okay. Miss Sheena, you may have to take a trip to Jamaica to taste it, right?
Be careful when you put in the smoked paprika in. You don't want to put too much. So careful there.
So, Chef, what was
the recipe for this dish will be uploaded tomorrow on my YouTube page, Chef Champion, and also on my bloggers page, that also Chef Champion at bloggers.com. If you want to check out the recipe.
Okay, and scrolling at the bottom of the page, viewer, that's the spelling of how you can Chef Champion, and that's how you can subscribe to. You could go there to subscribe to his YouTube cooking channel. Please go there and subscribe. And while Chef continue with preparing his dish for tonight, let me do a quick commercial. I'm not gonna cut him off, guys. Don't worry. I'm just gonna be talking through it, and I just want to use this time to hope that you have marked your calendar for my 12th annual Women's Entrepreneur Expo that's coming up on December 12th, and you could watch it right here on this same platform. And of course, Chef Champion will also be one of the chefs. Look at his flyer. There you go. He's going to be doing a cooking demo at 2:15 p.m. right here. And right now, we're not sure what he's going to be making yet because we have what you call it, a poll going on Facebook right now with 4 different options. And whichever one get the most votes, that's the one that he's going to be preparing live at 2:15 on December 12th during the 12th annual Women's Entrepreneur Expo. So you don't want to miss that event. It's going to be on this same platform here, and I look forward for you to tune in. And of course, again, while he's still cooking, let me use this time to invite you to join me tomorrow on this. You can watch from my page. I'm going to be interviewed by the amazing Charlene Day on T2D Live. I'm going to be giving a motivational speech on there. My program will be 30 minutes. And it's just a great feeling to be interviewed by someone else because I'm always interviewing other people. So that show is tomorrow. And don't go anywhere. Chef is coming up with more information on what he's cooking. So what do you have for us, Chef? Should I continue to talk?
Okay, so Again, my sweet potatoes are just finished. So I'm just bringing up my oven to higher temperature. Put my chicken breast in. I'm preheating my oven to 400, and then I'm going to cook my chicken breast at 350 Fahrenheit. So for 15 minutes. So meanwhile, my chicken breast will be in the oven. My tomato pumpkin sauce is simmering on the stove. When the vegetables get tender, the tomatoes and the pumpkin are tender, we're going to blend that through to puree and return back to the pot where we season the taste. Meanwhile, that's going on, I'm going to peel my sweet potatoes, get them in my bowl, and start the crushing procedure. It's very important when we're using an oven or we're cooking at any given time, we have to ensure that the oven is preheated at all times. Do not put stuff into a lukewarm or a cold oven at any given time. I'm just going to get some gloves on and we're going to start peeling my potatoes. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit more and let it simmer. We don't want it burned. We don't want any burnt flavor to it. We want it nice and tender.
And so, viewers, while he's preparing that, and as we wait for him, again, please remember to subscribe to his YouTube channel at Chef Champion. So look up Chef Champion, subscribe, and so you could see a lot more cooking taking place in his kitchen.
A lot more. You also can follow me on Instagram, where you can see a lot more of my presentation also, and it's also Chef Champion Kitchen.
And for those who are watching live, I really just want to use this time to thank you for tuning in. I know that, you know, it's Thanksgiving night and all in the United States, and people would probably rather just watch some TV or go to sleep after eating all that food, but you're taking the time out to tune in, and we appreciate you. Thank you. And again, if you have any question for Chef, please drop your question in the feed, and I will be sure to let him know your question. And so, Chef, there's a Shoshana, and I hope I'm saying that right, Shoshana Morris. Hey, beautiful. I hope I said your name correctly. And she said, at any time watching Chef Champion cooking, I'm always hungry and licking my lips. Did you hear that, Chef?
Big up Shoshana Morris. Big up Miss Morris.
Yes. So we gonna continue. He's peeling the potatoes now. So I'll check.
And they're very hot.
Yeah, I'll check back for more comments in a little while. So thank you so much for tuning in, for watching. But while you wait for Chef, do I have about 2 minutes to run a commercial while you peel that?
Yes, you can.
All right. So viewer.
Hello, my name is Joan Henry Fields with Out in the Fields Real Estate Consulting Firm. Are you looking for a reliable property management company in Maryland? If so, look no further. You have found the right company for your rental property needs. We specialize in rent collection, evictions, maintenance, and repairs. Please visit our website for more information at www.outinthefieldslllc.com. We look forward to connecting with you, but until then, you take care and make this a $1 million day.
Right. So viewers, that's my company, Out in the Fields Real Estate Consulting Firm. If you're in the Maryland area and looking for property management, let me know. I do wholesaling, portfolio optimization. We have a cleaning component, you know, so the beat goes on. Visit the website, outinthefieldslllc.com. So Chef, what new update do you have for us? What are you doing now?
Okay, so now I'm making my sweet potato crush. I'm not going to use any cream inside my mash tonight. I'm just going to use some cubes of butter. The butter, I don't melt the butter. I put them in cubes or just chop them up and put them inside. And we're gonna crush it. But first we're gonna saute off our onions and scallions to add to it. And this is going to give it a nice country taste to it, I should say. I don't know why I love to use that word, but it gives it a nice country taste to it. Rather than you use a lot of powder, you're using the scallions and the onions and the garlic to enhance the flavor of it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go ahead while my pot is getting hot. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little crush. As I said before, it's gonna be crushed on the rugged side. All those Jamaicans ever stop on it and buy street food where they have the yam with butter or the sweet potato with butter. It's gonna be something similar to that because I'm not gonna mash it out too much. I'm just gonna crush it rough. Add the onions and scallions and garlic and thyme to it and cover it just a little bit, and that should give us a mash for tonight, or sweet potato mash. So I'm just gonna do that. Again, very quick dish, Joan. Is a very quick dish, viewers.
Okay, awesome. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching this live cooking demo. And again, you can catch Chef Champion. See, I'm stuttering over words. My mouth is running water for all the foods you're making over there. You can catch Chef Champion on December 12th during the 12th annual Women's Entrepreneur Expo, where he's going to be making another. He's going to be hosting another cooking demo at 2:15 p.m. So you don't want to miss that event. It's right here on this same platform, 2:15 on December 12th. And again, we have 4 of his top dishes like running right now, like we have people voting on them. So we're not sure what he's going to be making yet. It's going to be by the voters' choice. So if you haven't already voted, go to my page and his page, and you will see the 4 dishes that are up for grabs, and then vote on it. It's either 1, 2, 3, or 4. Whichever one gets the most vote, that's what he's going to be preparing live for you on December 12th. Thank you guys for tuning in. Any more update yet, Chef?
And very important, Joan, my viewers. Very important when you sweeten off your onions and scallion. You don't need a color on the onion. It must be translucent. Right? You just sweat them off, they get tender. And basically getting all those flavors infused together. What I'm using coconut oil. Okay. While my sauce is my tomato and pumpkin sauce is my vegetables are already tendered. But for safety, guys, we're gonna ensure I let it cool a little bit. Open it, let it cool a bit before we start to blend it, right? So you don't want to blend it to pop open. So very important when you do the sauce, as soon as you sweat off your pumpkins and tomato with your onions and stuff, and it's tender, let it cool down first before you put it in the blender.
Okay, so while you do that, let's shout out Tula Chambers Jackson, who's watching. Travis Alexander says, I've learned so much from watching Chef Champion. And Miss Morris again said, happy Thanksgiving to everyone who's in the US. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And there's a Kevin Cole that says, yes, Chef Champion, do your thing. And yes, you are doing your thing. So yeah, Mr. Cole is on point with that. So yes, keep the compliments coming, or if you have a question, keep the question coming. You know, Chef is doing his thing over there.
I say, Joan, guys, big up all the people on the live scene. What I'm doing now, I'm gonna put a few more cube butter inside. I don't use the liquid because while this is sitting for me to get the chicken and the sauce ready, then the butter will keep on just gently dispersing that flavors inside. I don't know if you can see it, it's very rugged.
Okay, cool. And viewers, if you missed the beginning of the broadcast, you probably want to rewind after the live is done. And so you can see from start to finish, he showed earlier all of the ingredients, everything that he's now putting together. So to get a full understanding of where we are at this present moment, you may want to rewind if you are just joining, and then you will see how we get to this point where he's at right now. All right, so
I'm just going to check for the flavor and for the consistency. Like I said, you're looking for that nice country flavor, you know, that grandma flavor, I should say, grandma cooking flavor.
Yeah. Wow.
It's lovely.
Ooh, you're going to have some people tasting with you over there, man. That looks delicious.
This is going to go fantastic with the tomato and pumpkin sauce.
Yes, and chef, for those who are just tuning in, tell us again, what is it that you're making?
Okay, tonight we're making, of course, as we see, a Jamaican Thanksgiving dish.
Okay.
It's a twist between in Jamaica and of course America. So it's inspired. We're using chicken breast, not turkey, because in Jamaica a lot of people eat chicken. So we're doing an airline chicken breast glazed with a pumpkin glaze and a sweet potato mash on the rugged side. As you can see, I'm going to cover this now with a foil paper and just let that butter disperse inside. Inside is a lot of scallions and onions. We sweat off the scallions and onions with some chopped thyme. I'm just going to cover this and put it aside. Let's say stay warm. And of course, that's our dish tonight, served with a pumpkin tomato sauce, a rich pumpkin tomato sauce. Enhanced also with wilted callaloo. Of course, for those who are not in Jamaica, you can use spinach to do this dish. If you cannot source the callaloo, you can use wilted spinach. When I say wilted, we're not going to steam the callaloo as we normally do in Jamaica. We're just going to sweat it off. It's going to be on a crunchy side.
Okay, awesome. And so you have Stacy Johnson said that's my top chef every time. So One Love. See, I got to learn to read these things. Did you catch that, chef?
No, I didn't.
Stacy Johnson said that's my top chef every time. One Love.
Okay. Big up, Miss Johnson. Big up.
And so chef, there's a Travis Alexander that wants to know, what's your favorite dish to prepare?
My favorite dish to prepare. I love seafood. I'm a lover of seafood. My favorite dish to prepare, I would say, it's a tie between oxtail and steamed fish.
Ooh, okay.
And I know we can go furthermore down because as an executive chef, I cook and I prepare a lot of dishes, but that's my heart food from youth. I just love the oxtail. I love it so much. And steamed fish, seafood overall, I love to prepare. But yes, steamed fish is my.
Okay, so did you hear that, Travis Alexander? He said steamed fish, so I hope that's your favorite too. I hope he didn't disappoint you, but he said steamed fish. And again, don't forget to go to Chef Champion's YouTube page and look up Chef Champion and subscribe. You need to get a lot of viewers over there, so subscribe and like and check out other amazing cooking twice a week. This year is just,
So
for
Joe,
Influential Thursday. But you
Joe,
can catch him twice a week. You can catch him twice a week on YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe and check him out. Go ahead, Chef.
what is Travis' favorite dish?
Oh, you're gonna ask Travis that question. So Travis, he's coming back at you. He wants to know what's your favorite dish. Travis Alexander, please let us know what's your favorite dish. And I don't want to mess up this person's name, but I believe you pronounce it Erin Salagdo. And the person said that Art Roderick Chef Champion dinner is the best.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Oh, so Travis says jerk pork.
Travis says
He said jerk pork.
jerk pork. Wow. I mean, he must be loving my jerk pork that I did the other day on YouTube. I hope you watch it.
Yeah. So yeah, you recently did jerk pork. What was it again? Something with pork you did on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a jerk pork, man. The jerk pork, the combination with the avocado. It's a regular jerk pork.
Yeah, reggae jerk pork. I know there was something more fancy to it. It was reggae jerk pork. So if you would like,
here my sauce.
uh-huh.
A little bit of noise in the background.
And he's just blending something, guys. That's what that is. All right, y'all, keep the questions coming because Chef, he had to turn away so that he can prepare the food that, he's making over there. So keep the questions coming. Go again, say that again. Oh, so Chef. All right, so we got to wait for Chef to come back. He's blending over there. So keep it locked. Don't go anywhere. Keep the questions coming. Wow. And he said, wow, that must be good. When you hear the chef says, wow, I can only imagine. But yes, thank you so much, visitors, for tuning in to the Influential Thursday. And you can definitely catch me here at 8 p.m. every Thursday night. So I thank you for tuning in to check out Chef's cooking. And I thought this was, in line with my holiday that I'm celebrating in the state, to have a chef to come on. And from what better place would I have a chef but out of Jamaica? So here it is. We're having our very own chef champion out of Kingston, Jamaica, cooking and making a special Thanksgiving dish that I hope you guys can catch the recipe and make it for yourself. And even if this live is not clear as to how you can really follow the recipe, that's why I would like for you to subscribe to his YouTube channel, because on his YouTube channel they make a variety of foods over there. I know, like one day last week I watched what was it, cornmeal porridge. Yeah. And as much as I just tell myself that I just know how to cook and I know all the recipes, and I was wrong, because the chef added powdered milk to it, which that wasn't one of my recipes. So there it is. I learned something new to add to it when I made my cornmeal porridge. So they just have all kinds of fancy ways of doing things to make it even more delicious. The foods they are cooking they are the original foods, but with a twist to the traditional way of cooking those foods, anywhere from the fancy cooking to the fancy names. Of course, it's going to taste very good. So shout out to Chef and his team, whoever he has to come on. Even if he's not the one presenting, you can always guarantee to see something good prepared on his YouTube channel. And I believe one of his chef is his wife, and so you guys really need to tune in and check out this power couple and check them out as they show the world, how to make simple but tasty Jamaican foods. I'm a foodie at heart. If y'all look on my Facebook page right now, y'all see what I cook for Thanksgiving. So yeah, so I love to, watch good food and see how it's done. So shout out to Chef Champion and everyone over there in Jamaica watching. Thank you guys for watching as well. I want to use this time to also shout out my good girlfriend over there in Clarendon, Miss Kamisha Anderson Thomas, and of course his brother Tabian Anderson in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Thank you guys. They tune into the show every week. Thank you for always checking out Influential Thursday. And shout out to all the folks in Clarendon, but not just Clarendon, Victoria District, Clarendon, home of Jamaican Joan. Shout out to everyone in Victoria, Clarendon, Victoria Primary School, and all of the good people over there. You know yourself. Big up, big up, big up. And of course, my international listeners and viewers, Canada. Fiona Strong, I don't see you on here, but I know you're going to catch the replay. You're probably busy tonight, but I have a set of Canadian crew that just continue to watch week after week. London crew, all them Henrys, those are my family. They tune in week after week. Big up my brother Damien Henry in London. And, my sisters in Florida, thank you guys for tuning in. Family over there in the Bahamas, thank you guys for always watching. So, Chef.
Okay.
So Travis said that his wife loves oxtail and steamed fish.
Okay, she knows the stuff, man.
Yeah.
So, as you can see right now, my sauce is already pureed. Back in the pot, simmering down. I'm going to season this. I'm just glazing my chicken with the back end. What I do is we take a bit of the same sauce with, of course, a seasoned taste and some olive oil, and we emulse those together to make the glaze.
Okay.
Of course, the olive oil helping it off, giving it that nice sheen also.
All right, sounds good. We can't wait to see.
And so go back in the oven 4 to 5 minutes, and we should be ready to make our presentation after I do my wilted spinach. I keep on saying spinach. My wilted kalu. Again, if you're in the States or Europe or anywhere, you can use wilted spinach. It serves the same purpose, it.
And so Chef,
is simmering, and we're almost there.
All right, it's almost there. Get excited, everybody. It's almost there. Keep the questions coming. It's almost there.
Again, I'm going to do my wilted spinach. In my wilted spinach, we have sweet peppers, red and green. It's bell peppers. In Jamaica, we call it sweet peppers. So we have bell peppers, red and green. We're going to saute them out first to get a little tender. Disperse all those flavors out, and we're going to add the spinach and just let it wilt a bit and take it out. Rest aside so stay warm for the presentation.
Okay, so Chef, do you have a 2 minutes in between that time to answer another question?
Yes, we can.
And not unless you got to pay attention to what you're doing. I wouldn't want you to mess up your cooking now.
Okay, let me just hit this now. Okay. Just give me a sec, John.
No problem.
Just put a bit of olive oil over here. Again, if you don't like to use, you don't want to use the olive oil to wilt your kalu, you can use vegetable oil. Same in it with the sweet potato. If you don't want to use coconut to saute your scallions and onions, you can use vegetable oil. It's differentiated to the flavors that you're looking for. I'm looking for a little bit of coconut flavor in the background of my sweet potato. So I use a little coconut oil to saute the onions and scallions to incorporate in that dish, in the crushed potato. But if you at home and you like to use your regular vegetable oil, you can.
Okay. And so, viewers, if you're watching, you will be the first to hear about a special presentation not New Year's, Christmas Eve on this very same platform. I need for you to join me back. And if you're watching the replay or if you're watching live, I'm talking to you. We're going to have a very good presentation Christmas Eve. So I want you to check it out. I'll tell you more about it as soon as, okay, while Chef is doing that, I could tell you about it. So Christmas Eve, we're going to have some comedy. And it's coming from our very own Zazan out of Jamaica. He's going to be joining me here on screen to bring you some comedy. As we know, with everything that's going on in this pandemic, no one's holiday hardly is the same or, what they wanted it to be. So we're just trying to find ways to bring laughter and joy to the household. So yes, on Christmas Eve, join me on this platform to hear from Zazan. And I got to do it right. He said, Zazan. His name's so nice, you got to say it twice. So yeah, just check me out here. Christmas Eve at 8 p.m. to hear full comedy from Zazan. And of course, New Year's Eve, I'm going to have none other than, what's his name? Girly, otherwise known as Mr. Handsome. So I have some amazing shows lined up for you guys. So Mr. Handsome is going to be on with comedy. Great. Mr. Handsome will be on New Year's Eve, and Zazan will be on Christmas Eve. Okay, so yes, so that's 2 announcements in the meantime. Chef, you ready for us yet?
Go ahead.
All right. So in all this, because I love to ask a good question. So what are the top 3 principles that you live by?
Well, first and foremost, Joan and entire Facebook Nation, my first number 1 principle is honesty. Honesty. That's the first number 1. My second is commitment and give back. Okay. Mm-hmm. And for sure, I must have to say, it's working hard. Work you put in, whatever you put in, you'll get out. Don't put in the volume of work, but you expect the volume of results.
So Chef, because we both love our grandmother so dearly, we're going to say it just like our grandmother would say it. Don't plant corn and expect to reap peas, right?
Exactly.
The work you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So again, those are our 3 principles that he just mentioned: honesty, commitment, and hard work. So if you're an entrepreneur, those should be your...
Don't forget, it's commitment and give back.
Okay.
Okay.
Duly noted, because
you have to have that mindset. You have to have mindset to make sure you're committed and also to give back. As you go along, you yourself, I myself, we learn. And we have to give back and pass back that knowledge down to others.
And you are right. And that's even scriptural, because it says, to whom much is given, much is required, and that you were blessed to be a blessing. So you're pretty much walking in the right path right now. So like he said, viewers, honesty, commitment, and giving back, and hard work are his principles that he lived by. And I hope you are living by those principles as well, or something similar. But we got to find some sort of principles to live by, because that's how we're going to stay in line, and that's how we're going to do what's right. Any update, Chef?
Yeah, just finish off my whipped spinach. I'm just eating the taste. My sauce is 2 minutes away, and my chicken is just about coming out of the oven.
Okay. So, you hear that, viewers?
4 to 5 minutes, we'll be doing our presentation.
Okay, so in about 5 minutes, Chef will present what he's been cooking. And again, if you're just tuning in, you kind of miss a lot. So please go back and rewind so you can see how we started, the preparation phase, the ingredients, the explanation, and all that good stuff. So if you just tune in, you're going to have to rewind and come again, okay? Because then that's how you're going to find out fully how this meal get to where it is right now. So, but I thank you. And I mean, we have some faithful people just hanging in there during the interview because it's a lot of multitasking going on here, viewers. And I'm just grateful that you are watching. Chef is cooking. He's answering interview questions. It's just a whole lot of stuff going on here, but he's doing the daggone thing, right? Yep. He's hanging in there. He's making it happen. And so that's how sometimes as an entrepreneur, you know, with things that we set out to do, we got to learn how to multitask because we may have to wear many hats. You may have to be the cook. You may have to be the one to wash the dishes. We have to wear many hats. So shout out to Chef for just handling his business, answering interview questions. I'm just catching him off guard with all these questions while he's cooking, but he's on point. He's responding to everything. And that goes to show that Chef is about his business. He's not playing over there in Kingston, Jamaica. Right, Chef?
Yeah. We do what we need to do. We're doing the right thing, right?
Yep. And Miss Dawn Blackwood, thank you for tuning in. Good night. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah.
Okay.
So he said by this time we probably have about 3 more minutes. He said 5 minutes about a couple minutes ago.
The chicken is ready.
Chicken is ready.
There you go. Nice and hot.
See that?
So the spinach is right here. Let me check my sauce. I'm just going to season and taste my sauce now.
Again, viewers, subscribe to his YouTube channel so that you can see a whole lot more food preparation, okay? He has some amazing videos over there. It comes on twice a week. So yes, you have the opportunity to see some good cooking, Jamaican style, so that you can make it yourself. With this COVID, you can't be going out to no restaurants, even if it's open. You know, stay home and cook. In the words of my good Jamaican people, tana huno yard. And if you're going to stay home, that means you need to cook, right? So Chef is here to teach you how to make those foods, and so you can cook from the comfort of your home and stay safe during this challenge, this very challenging time. So let me see. So Chef, somebody wants to know, will you be doing a cookbook in the future?
Yes, I will. In fact, a month ago, my dad asked me the same question. Roger, when are you going to do a cookbook? Why you don't write your cookbook? So yes, I'm planning. It's in process. I will do a cookbook in the future. It will be very interesting because I like to make things simplified, and I like also to ensure that we maximize what we have to use, not sticking to the norm.
Yep. Sometimes you got to go outside the box.
Exactly.
Yep. And that's how you're going to stay ahead of the competition, because there are 1,000,001 chefs out there, but you got to make sure there is only one chef champion, right?
As a chef, you have to be creative at all given times. You have to think and eat and sleep recipes. You know, if I wake up in the morning and I wake up with something on my mind, I'm going to do it that day. I'm going to do it. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to make that recipe. You know.
So Chef, so you have 1 minute. How much time you have left? So you have time for one more question?
Yes, we do.
All All right. So I always ask folks this when I interview. How do you personally define success?
Well, how do I personally define success? And first and foremost, we all know as human, as adults, we set goals. We strive to achieve them. We try our best to achieve them, and some people achieve them and some don't. The ones who achieve them say, "Yes, I am successful." As an individual, I set a lot of goals, um, even now, presently, and for the near future. And I think you have to ensure that you don't get confused when you say success, because planning to buy a car tomorrow and a house and buy it and say, yes, I'm successful, it does not stop there. Because all that someone works for, if you don't have, or you don't put in place, or you don't mentor somebody to pass that button onto, or that torch onto, or when I say somebody, it could be an next of kin. Some people don't have kids, are not blessed kids, but yet still they have people who are close to them, who are dear to them. So we have to ensure that we mentor somebody to pass that torch onto. Whenever you mentor somebody to pass a torch onto, and that torch is passed on effectively and properly, and you can see that they either one sustain what you passed on, or better yet, it grow bigger than what you passed on, and then you can smile and shake your head and say, I was successful on my journey.
Okay.
Because
Awesome.
one, Joan, you pass the baton on to make it more clear, whether it's tangible things, whether it's a house, a car, but also remember, when you're passing on stuff and passing on the torch to somebody, your next of kin, or anybody dearing to you, you passed on also your knowledge and your life experience, to let that somebody grasp and be conversant in whatever is passed on to them. And they will, once you pass on effectively, for sure, they will continue your journey, or it will grow even bigger. And then you can say, yes,
Yes.
you've
Okay.
been successful in your journey.
Okay. Awesome. So go and check the cooking. We want to make sure nothing get burned over there. So yeah. So viewers, that's his definition of success, and we all know that success means different things to different people, but he just gave his definition of success. So my question to you, what is your definition of success? You got to ask yourself that question. What is success? And that's a question most of us need to ask ourselves. You ready yet, Chef?
Yes, I'm ready. I can elaborate a little bit more on that question for you, because yes, you success, part of success is all the goals that you set to buy your house, to buy the Chris car, and everything. But the next part, as I stated before, you need to ensure that you mentor. And I think mentor is the key word there. You need to have somebody or mentor somebody, and you need to have that mindset. I watched a program the other day, and I heard that word mindset, and I sit like for an hour or and a half, and I really think it through. And I'm telling you, it is a very powerful concept when you think to have the mindset.
And I must agree with you. Actually, one of my book, the book that was published in 2016, the title is The Power of a Positive Mindset. And even this event that's coming up, my theme for the 12th Expo, again, viewers, which Chef is going to be doing another live cooking, that theme is embracing your potential with a winning mindset. Anyone that know me know that I love to talk about mindset because that's key. That's crucial. You gotta. It's all about the mindset.
I really think that I think it's on your show. It was. I think I watched your Sunday program last Sunday, and that's where I pick it up.
Yep, it's all about mindset. You know, your mindset can either make you or break you.
Yeah.
And of course, mindset can either be good or bad, but we are only going to focus on positive
Yeah,
mindset.
we only focus on the positive mindset,
Yes.
of course.
Okay.
Here, I'm all through. My sauce is ready, so I'm doing the presentation right now. Hi. Hi, baby. You hurt your knee? You fall? Okay, I'm gonna take a look at that for you, okay? I'm gonna take a look at that for you in a second, okay? Let me see it. Let me see your knee. Come. Come, let me see your knee. Oh, okay. It's not bad. It's okay. Not too bad. All right? Mommy gonna put some ice on it for you, all right? You were exercising? Yeah, she was exercising and she fell.
I need to do just that. I hope I don't fall when I do all that exercising from all this food I ate today. So what's that you're doing now, chef?
So okay, this is our wilted kalu with the sweet potato mash on top. So I'm just gonna put to the lower part, to the bottom part of the sweet potato, our wilted kalu, and of course, anyone watching know that we sauteed the kalu, we sauteed sweet pepper. That's a bell pepper, red and green. Of course, the garlic and stuff, season to taste. A little vegetable seasoning, our olive oil, and now I'm putting the sweet potato on top of it. So the kalu is down to the bottom.
Ooh, that looks good.
I love to ensure that presentation is is highest possible I can deliver. You know, I don't like to see food just throw on the plate.
All about presentation.
Yes, it is. Presentation, and don't forget also quality.
Quality, okay.
Quality and taste. No single time should we serve substandard food. So I always invest that time. After I ensure of my taste and my quality, I invest that time in my presentation. So as you can see here, before I put it any further, you can see the kalu to the bottom of the sweet potato. And let me turn this a little bit so you can see my board. Okay. And this is my yearling chicken breast. It's glazed with pumpkin. It's a pumpkin glaze on top. As we said before, it's the same pumpkin sauce. Before I simmer it down, I take some of that with some olive oil and some seasoning, and it's cooked perfect. It's perfectly cooked. Not juicy. Not juicy on the outside, nice and crisp on the inside. You can see. Not a lot of juice running on the outside, but yes, on the inside is perfectly cooked, nice and juicy. You want to ensure that when you cook your chicken breast, this chicken breast, because of the glaze on it, you want to ensure that on the outside, it's not coming out too wet. Reason why, you don't want too much juice on the outside because you want to ensure that the skin on the outside, because it's skin on. That's the next important thing I should say to the viewers, is skin on chicken breast. So you want to ensure that skin is nicely caramelized. Okay, so you cook it in the last 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, you take it out, you put your pumpkin glaze on it, and you put it back in. And you get that nice caramelization on the outside, so it's not too wet on the outside, but when you cut it, it's nice and juicy on the inside. When we cut it, we're not going to cut it right through. As you can see, I hope you can see it inside. It's nice and juicy. We're not going to cut it right through. We're just going to cut it enough where you can see the slices. It's not right through. We leave the tip on. For those who just went live, and it's going to sit right on top of your potato.
So, viewers, if you're just tuning in, you may want to rewind because this was an entire production. As you can see, we've been at this for like an hour now. So you want to go back from the beginning so you could see the ingredients, so you could see all that he put in and the process of doing so to end up with where we are right now. So yes, so you want to rewind and watch again, and so you can, it will make sense to you where he's at right now. But this has been an amazing broadcast. I enjoyed watching it. My mouth is running water just like some of the folks on here watching. And now we're down to the presentation, which of course is a very, very, very crucial part of it, because presentation in anything is always necessary to be done properly. So yeah, so we're watching the final stretch of this cooking demo for tonight. So Chef, somebody wants to know, how long does chicken breast take in the oven and what temperature?
It depending on how long you grill it for. If you put it in the oven, it's a fully defrosted chicken breast, and it's not going on the grill, and you put it in the oven, then you should have a nice juicy chicken breast in 15 minutes. Temperature 350 Fahrenheit. If you put in the chicken breast on the grill, because I just put mine on the grill and finish it because I like to sear my chicken breast. And it's very important for all the viewers to know that also, even at home. It's important to sear your chicken breast so you can also, it help you need to trap the juice inside. If you just take the chicken breast and season it and put it in the oven, then you won't get it so juicy because you did not sear it. So all those juices are just dispersing out of the chicken breast, and you won't be able to get you'll be getting a dry chicken breast.
Oh.
Okay, so you sear your chicken breast first. If you don't have a grill at home, you can sear it in a pan or a skillet, or better yet, if you have a grill, you can sear it on the grill both sides and finish in the oven. And when you sear on the grill both sides and finish in the oven, 10 to 12 minutes, and you should have your chicken breast. I cook mine a little bit further on the grill because you can cook it straight through on the grill. So I just cook mine a little bit further on the grill and basically finish in the oven, as you see.
Okay, so let me shout out Tyann Smith out of Texas. And then you have someone here, Sheena Christie. And she says, I guess she says, salivating. You have people want to run water. And then there's O'Neill Plum that says it is a good look. And man, you're gonna have to hurry up because Stacey Johnson says, hurry, chef, I'm hungry. And then O'Neill Plum again says wealthy. So yes, you have folks that have tuned in and they're following, they're hanging in there. And again, for those who are just tuning in, if you missed the preparation phase, then you need to go back and look to see what took place earlier on in the show, because now he's down to the final stretch, which is the presentation of his cooking. He's answered a few interview questions from me in the meantime. This man is multi-talented. His daughter came through and said that she fell from exercising, and he did his daddy duty and back to cooking. Man, chef, you off the chain. You're off the chain.
Again, I must say with the sauce, with this sauce, guys, it's up to you. Just give me a second.
Okay, O'Neill Walker. O'Neill Walker say yes, Miss Chef, up top. All right, O'Neill Walker, up top. Yeah.
It's up to you, up to the individual or up to the chef. Are you Facebook Nation or out there? It's up to you. If you want to strain your sauce or you want to make it very smooth, for this dish, I like to keep my sauce a little bit rugged on the rugged side. I don't like when it's too smooth, so I did not strain my sauce. But you can pass it through a sieve, a strainer, if you want to. You don't have to make it that rough. But it's recommended. Recommendation I'm giving to you is to keep it on the rugged side. All those flavors popping out. You know, you have those small little bites of the pumpkin and the small little bites of the onions and stuff popping in your mouth.
So, chef, what's that sauce that you put on the plate? What was that? I think you missed that.
Tomato sauce.
Say that one more.
This is our pumpkin and tomato sauce.
Okay.
It's best to use. It's recommended to use the plum tomatoes, because the plum tomatoes are in aid of sweet, so give it a sweet to it. All right. The 6x6 tomato, the one we call salad in Jamaica, it's not so sweet. But the plum tomato, the Roma tomato, you go in the supermarket, you can see that oval shape one. Those are the sweeter tomatoes, and it helps in it with the pumpkin. At times you get some of the pumpkin, even when you roast it off, you don't get as much sweet out of it. So the tomato here helps in it to bring that sweet out for me from the pumpkin as well.
Okay, so chef, before you give your final presentation, let me just let you know that there's a O'Neill Walker that says yes, my chef, up top, and the same O'Neill Walker. Oh, he's watching from Finland. So we really do want to shout out O'Neill watching from Finland tonight on the Joan Henry Show. And there is a Sheena LaRoe Christie says, wow, the presentation is A class. And there's some little sign of trophies next to it. So yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yes. As I was saying, it's good to use the Roma tomato to do your presentation. When doing the spinach, I recommend for you guys don't steam your spinach, or don't leave it in a pot on a heat too long. You just want it wilted, because you don't want your spinach. All those people in America and Europe, when you saute your spinach, it start to spring a lot of water. Or what you can do with the spinach is to saute up your spinach and quickly shock it in ice cold water. Okay, and for all the Jamaicans, the kalu is it's much better for this dish. It goes fantastic. Nice flavor. We all know our kalu taste, all right? The Jamaican kalu. And again, we're not steaming the kalu. We are just wilting the kalu. So we saute our bell peppers first, get them a little on the tender side, and then we put our kalu in, quickly wilt it, season taste, and out. So I'm using kalu now presently on this dish, but if you're not in Jamaica and you cannot get kalu, you can use your spinach for this.
Okay. Okay,
And I hope you guys see my.
look at that. Look at that. I hope you guys go back. If you miss it, if you're just tuning in, please go back to the beginning and look to see the ingredients and everything that has led to this amazing production. I mean, chef, you have my mouth running water over here. Look at that. It is such an amazing presentation. Such an amazing presentation. And
And
you
it's
want
quick.
to,
It's a
so
very
chef, you want to tell them again, what is this that you just made?
okay. Here, to everybody watching now on the Facebook Nation, this is thanks Jamaican Thanksgiving recipe that I made. It is airline chicken breast glazed with a pumpkin glaze, okay, and sweet potato mash on the rugged side. You can taste the pulse inside. The mash is infused with scallions. Overseas, you call it green onions, scallions, and onions and garlic. So we mash we roast the sweet potato. Of course, take away our skin. We mash it. I do not use cream in this dish. We don't want it on the creamy side. We're using some butter. We want to get that nice country taste out of it. Okay, we don't want it on the creamy side. So we're using some butter into it while mashing it. Keep it a little bit rough. Infuse with your scallions and onions and season taste. Before you sit it aside in the warming cabinet, just couple cubes of cold butter. Cold butter, I said, not melted butter, cold butter, and fold it into it and let it sit. The cold butter helps in aid, the cube cold butter helps in aid of ensuring, one, it doesn't get too dry, and two, you keep on dispersing those little flavors of the butter into the sweet potato. So for some of the Jamaicans, they eat this, they're going to remember when they're going down to Clarendon, right on that little rock where they serve roast yam and roast sweet potato with butter. It will remind you of that one.
Yeah. So,
And
chef,
of
so
course,
what?
sorry, Joan.
No, no.
And of course, we top it off with our wilted callaloo and our tomato and pumpkin sauce, garnish with thyme.
There you have it. So, there's a G Din on here. It says up top, my brother. Let me do some figuring out. I guess that's one of your brothers. It says Din, and it says up top, my brother. So is that your brother? All right, let me leave that alone. So we also have we also have Stacy Johnson that says, "Well done, chef. I've learned a lot." We have Travis Alexander that says, "Keep up the hard work, chef. That's a beautiful dish." Pauline Thomas, she says, "Wow, amazing." Pauline Thomas also said, "Nice presentation." Sophia Wilson says, "Presentation 100%." And Tula Chambers Jackson is watching from Brooklyn and in Chef Roderick kitchen. So this person is watching from Brooklyn. So yeah. So yes, viewers, if you're just tuning in, go back, rewind, and watch the recipe that has led to this amazing production here tonight. Okay, you're watching Chef Champion out of Kingston, Jamaica, with this amazing presentation. So, Chef, is there anything else you want to share with the viewers about this particular presentation before I ask you my final interview question?
No, as I said before, it's a very simple dish, very classy for anybody at home to make for somebody, give them a surprise, cook for your spouse or your, what do you call it now, hubby or the boo or any of the, no, it's a very nice dish though, and it's very quick dish. Because while your sweet potato is roasting in the oven, you can be preparing the other items. Very simple and very nice.
Okay, awesome. So bring the camera up, make we see face, you know, because I have
Oh,
two final interview questions to ask you. And viewers, if you're just tuning in, I've asked him several questions because he's not just about cooking, but we want to make sure that, you know, you can hear more about the chef besides just cooking. So, chef, I'm up to question number 8, right? No, actually, question number 9. Well, it's not. Yes, actually, it's a question. So there may be someone watching, right, who may be inspired to be a chef, but you know, for some reason, they cannot seem to put their best foot forward. What words of inspiration would you have for a budding chef, somebody that just looking to start out in the world of chef? What word of advice or encouragement would you give to such person?
first and foremost, I would ask the person or individual or say to them, is this what you really love? Because believe me, every job have their ups and downs, and every job is tough. Yes, but being a chef, it's not an easy road. A lot of challenges there, so you have to love it, and you have to understand at each given time that starting out as a chef, the name and the keyword there is starting out. So there is chefs and chefs and chefs and chefs who are in this field long before you. So you have to ensure that you love it. Secondly, as I said before, one of my principles is committed. You have to commit it to your goal. And where do you see yourself as a chef in the future? You have to commit it, because if you're not committed to it, then you won't be able to put that best foot forward.
Okay, awesome.
And again, at times you have to ensure, so when somebody asks you, so what do you do? What's your job? You have to be able to proudly say, I'm a chef. Or if you want to say, I'm a chef trainee, you have to proudly say that. Because if you're not proudly accepting that this is me, this is what I want to do, then you won't be able again, and I use the word, to put that foot forward. So 1, you have to love it. 2, you have to commit it, and 3, you have to put in that work. And I would say to that person, if there's somebody close to you or somebody you know as a chef, to get some mentor from them, or ask them to instruct you, or at times, somebody that can mentor you, because at times you have some down times coming up in the ranks and training to be a chef, and at times other people say this and that, and you have to be able as a young chef and also as a chef to take negative criticism and turn it into positive criticism.
Okay.
You have to be able to take whatever comments or criticism you get negative, and look on the positive side and ensure that, you know what, nobody's not going to tell me in the future that my pasta is not cooked properly or my pasta is overcooked. So now you have to have that mindset and that thinking to ensure that you follow up. And now my young chef is bringing all her chef stuff to come to cook with me.
That's okay.
So let me just put her over on this side and come back to you, John.
Okay. And that's okay. If your grandmother had put you out of the kitchen, you wouldn't be cooking now. So
let me put some knife and stuff far away from you. Just a second. And Joel, when she decided that she want to come in the kitchen to cook, She want to cook with daddy. She want to cook with daddy, and she gonna bring her little stuff, you know.
All right.
You know
So
the kitchen setup business. So let me just set her up, and I get on back to your other question.
no problem. If your grandmother didn't allow you to stay in the kitchen, you wouldn't be this top
No.
chef and your aunt. So you gotta train them up.
Yeah.
Maybe the future chef right there. And
Exactly.
so in the meantime, so O'Neill Walker says you're only missing a glass of red wine. I agree with you, O'Neill. I'm a red wine, but it gotta be sweet red though. Okay, I hope you're talking about sweet red. All right. And then yes, we watching from Connecticut. Thank you for tuning in. Veronica Mendez says, wow. And let me see. Yes, so these are the shout outs in the meantime. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this special Thanksgiving edition of the Joan Henry Show with a hour and a half going on 2 hour cooking with Chef Champion out of Kingston, Jamaica. You know, I hope that you have enjoyed the presentation. I've heard that you hope that you have learned something. So, Chef, right before we go, right? You have a YouTube channel. So tell the viewers what has inspired you to start that YouTube channel and what you hope to get from it. Let's close out with that.
First and foremost, I must say what inspired me to start my YouTube platform is I want to ensure that I can pass on all the knowledge that I have to others. And during the pandemic, now with all the curfews that's in place and stuff, there is no better platform to reach out to people on a wide scale level than the social media, either YouTube or Facebook. I choose the YouTube channel because people always searching for recipes and stuff on YouTube. So I look at it and I say, I really want to ensure that the world can see, and the Jamaicans and overseas also can see and can tap into some recipes while they're on lockdown. They're on their curfew and can't move about their regular life anymore because of COVID, because of the pandemic. And let's move on. When you say what I want to get out of it, and it's basically it's ties together. Because my goal and my achievement out of it is to ensure again that the knowledge and my cooking techniques and recipes reach globally. Because I can tell you, even though I'm from Jamaica, I have traveled the world, yes, and I see and I meet, and every single place I go, or country I go, or continent I go in the world, there is Jamaican there also. And there is people also which is not Jamaican who love Jamaican food. And at this time, they're normally traveling to Jamaica to eat Jamaican food and listen to music, because it's winter in their country. But now because of COVID and the pandemic, they can't do that. So they are on lockdown. So there and then I said, while I'm home, having the time and being a workaholic like I am, let me start a YouTube platform to display not only Jamaican cuisine, but culinary overall to the world. Let me give back. Let me try to give back some of what I've learned along the way to people who are not chefs, to chefs who are just starting off and looking also for that motivation to keep on putting their left foot and right foot as fast as possible forward in culinary and to excel in culinary. So yes, that's where and that's what I want to get out of it. And I want to ensure that in the future, whosoever tapped in or subscribed to my YouTube channel, also, even if they're visiting others and they're sitting down, having a drink, having a chat, they can say, hey, I've seen something on Chef Champion channel before. Let's do this. It's quick. It's very quick, guys. Let's make these hors d'oeuvres. I saw you make some hors d'oeuvres the last time with some tomatoes and some stuff. And let's do these hors d'oeuvres. Let's quickly roast some sweet potato and get the job done. You know, or any one of my videos. So that's what I want out of it, and that's, of course, starting the channel. It is a pleasure for me. I love cooking, and I'm gonna say, not to burst your bubble, O'Neill Walker is all the way in Finland, but he can tell you that he learned a lot from me. Okay, he was one of my chefs working on the ship. Okay, he was one of my staff. Okay, excellent sauce cook. He's an excellent roast cook. He was excellent veg cook. Let me not forget, O'Neill Walker. I'm not taking away anything from you. Thumbs up. You left from ships and you're in Finland. Thumbs up to your family. Big up yourself. And he's still doing his stuff. He's still doing his stuff, and is Jamaican cuisine over there in Finland. So thumbs up to you, Mr. Walker. And I hope you display everything that I teach you, from sanitation to culinary, which I'm watching you, I'm following you on Facebook also. So thumbs up. You're doing a good job.
All right, so let me give you the update here. So Veronica Mendez says she want mine. She says want mine. Okay. And then G Din said that you're being a good dad and she'll never forget it. And I guess all these compliments are the way you're interacting with your daughter in the meantime.
Yeah.
And it says being a good dad, oh, she'll never forget it. And Sophia says, ah, so sweet. Pauletta Edwards says, big up Chef Champion all the way from Pennsylvania. Jermaine Christian said, big up yourself, Chef Champion, and keep up the great work.
Oh, it's my fault.
And Travis Alexander says, your YouTube channels shows injected creativity in my cooking. So yeah, so folks are already tuning into the YouTube channel, and that's a great place for you to see a lot more cooking. So again, if you're just tuning in, you miss a lot. You need to rewind so that you can see how it got started. And if you've not seen any food right now, that means you miss an entire preparation and presentation, because we're literally just talking now. So then that means you really need to rewind so you can see ingredients, you can see preparation, you can see production, and you can see presentation. Right, Chef?
Yes, and I must elaborate more on the YouTube channel. There's a lot more coming in terms of I'll start doing showing basic trainings on it, from how to make sauces, how to make roux, how to make a lot more stuff. So a lot more stuff coming your way. So this is my tallow.
Yeah, but help me take out.
Okay, I'll take it out for you. Or tomato gets stuck in the pot.
Oh wow.
Let me just take it out for you. Okay. Yes, go on.
No problem, because we're actually at the end. I was just checking through to see if anyone have any more question or comment, but it seemed we've been on here for a minute now, so I think that's kind of it. So Chef, I thank you so much for taking the time out of your night at 10:16 at night to do this amazing presentation on Influential Thursday. And again, viewers, you can catch him on this same platform during my 12th annual Women's Entrepreneur Expo. He's going to be doing another live cooking demo, okay? And it's going to be something a little bit faster, only because it's an entire production throughout the day. So everything is going to be limited to 1 hour.
A bit faster. We will have a lot more prep done.
Yes, because tonight I have all the time in the world, but for that event, I have allotted 45 minutes to an hour for cooking. So
Yeah,
that's going to
you
be
know,
a much
a lot
shorter
more
cooking
questions.
time. And Junior Bailey, Selassie Junior Bailey says, big up to you, Chef Champion. Had the pressure to work with had the, had the pressure to work with you as one of your top head waiter. So
Big up Junior.
yes,
Um,
yes.
and while, go ahead.
So a lot of people find pleasure in working with you. That's good. Thank you, Mr. Junior Bailey. You said you find pleasure in working with Chef Champion, and that's great. So, Chef, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. And if you miss it, just rewind. It's all good.
But
So,
before you go,
viewers,
let,
uh-huh.
let me quickly shout out some people before you go.
Okay.
Okay, first and foremost, shout out to all of my peeps, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Shout out because I cannot call everybody's name. I'm gonna shout out, of course. Big up to my wife, Janet Jackson Dinell. Big up to Sonic Jackson. Big up to my whole family. Kayla, Jerica, Jaden, the whole family. Big up. Big up Rosie around the corner around. I saw people around. All right. Big up Pari in Brooklyn. All our Brooklyn family, Stacy, everybody, big up. Understand? And of course, big up to my dad, Gervan Dinal. Okay, all my brothers and sisters, Betty, Dwayne, Sandra, everybody, big up. All right. Of course, I will not big up everybody, and don't big up the Almighty God Himself, who keep us going every single day. All right. Sandy from Florida, cousin Sandy, big up. You give me a few calls when I'm down, so big up. All right. Big up Val from down Clarendon, big up the whole Clarendon. All right, that's where my roots is from. Also, John, just so you know, that's where the champion roots is from Clarendon. Yeah. All right. Pearl and me and everybody at England right now, everybody big up. The whole Dinal family big up, because I can't call everybody name. I don't want to miss out a name. You understand? So the whole Dinal family tree, big up on itself. And of course, big up all Facebook Nation. And of course, I'm gonna say, ending my big up to a special friend of mine who take his time out to build Chef Champion Kitchen logo from one part of the world and send it to Jamaica. So big up yourself. I'm not gonna call his name, but he knows he knows himself. And I didn't even take up the phone and call him to make it. We were talking, and he offered me and say I can make a nice logo, and I appreciate a lot. And that's for the YouTube channel logo.
Right, and I just would like to add to your list of shout out to on Facebook, she's Fiona Impress, but known most to me as Violet Thomas. She's the principal of the Victoria Primary School. She was the person that put me in contact with you. She made the connection with us. So I want to shout her out, for making such an amazing connection. So shout out again to the entire Clarendon, and not just Clarendon, but Victoria Clarendon, home of Jamaican Joan.
Yeah,
so
I must say, I don't want to keep our time, but I don't want to forget, and I don't want the misconception. My roots is from Clarendon. That's my dad roots, the Dinal roots. But Afi, say it in Patois, the Afi big up the Portland people there. That's where mom is from. So big up the Portland people in Jamaica every time.
Okay, so thank you, and for all those who have watched the live and will be watching the replay, just know that Jamaican Joan, thank you, and you can catch me every Thursday at 8 p.m. on Influential Thursday. We started a little bit late tonight because this was a special presentation. Normally the show is only 1 hour, but this is a special Thanksgiving special tonight, and as you could see in Chef's hand, that's what was prepared tonight from scratch to where it is now as it's been shown. So this was a very special broadcast. So thank you guys for tuning in, and please do check me out sometimes on Thursdays And again, the expo coming up where Chef is going to be cooking again. Thank you for tuning in. I have been your host, Jamaican Joan. And until next time, now you take care and make this a $1 million day. Jamaican Joan and the amazing Chef Champion with the baby chef in the making. We are out. Good night, stay safe, and happy holidays. See you soon.
Love you all.